Very good morning to you, boys and girls. It's Tuesday, the 24th of March, 2020. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom Talk, boys and girls. Have I got the wrong camera on there? Oh, I'm looking at the rocket. Oh, there we are. I'm looking correctly now. I was looking incorrectly. I don't like it when people look incorrectly. I like people to look correctly, not incorrectly. Thank you. Tuesday the 24th of March. I've got to be honest, it's funny keeping up with the correct day. I keep kind of watching a telly and sort of think, what day is it today? Isn't that weird? Is anyone else getting confused with the days? Like last night, I was convinced that last night it was Tuesday. I was convinced last night it was Tuesday, but it is Tuesday today, isn't it? Or have I got that wrong as well? So many inconsistencies here, boys and girls. Very good morning to you. It's a beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful out there. A little bit chilly at the moment. Apparently it's going to get to like 15 degrees today, which is about 60-ish Fahrenheit. Something like that, which isn't bad at all, is it? For this time of year, we've got instructions from Bojo. Boris has given us lots of instructions as well. As you saw the speech on the television last night, very powerful speech. I got quite emotional watching that. He looks so worried. Just imagine like coming into a job like that and then suddenly the worst, I think possibly the worst possible thing that could happen is dropped in your lap from nowhere. You know when like they're sitting in the government and all that, and like they can, I would imagine that they can tell when sort of some financial problem is coming, months ahead, or that looking at the train service, knowing that it's going to fail in 6 or 7 months' time, possibly because I haven't done this and this. Do you know what I mean? When you can see something coming from a distance. But so much worse when something is just like dropped in your lap. Bang! Deal with this. Wow. But I found the whole speech last night extremely emotional. I really did, sitting there watching that at 8:30 last night. Anyway, he doesn't want us to go shopping, really, unless we absolutely have to, understandably. But the exercise thing is okay. Now, I think one has to use one's common sense for the exercising thing. Now, I've told you before, I can walk out of my house. I know roughly what time. There'll be no one up the street. I can walk straight up my little road. It's not very long. Straight up the little road, which has got two sides to it. So if there's someone coming down this way, not difficult to walk across to the other side. I did it yesterday, actually. When someone give me a filthy look. You carry on giving me a filthy look. I couldn't care less, my love. Tell you about that later. So I can walk up my road, cross a road, cross another very busy road, which isn't busy at the moment, and be in the forest. I hardly see anyone at all. When I do see someone, I move right over to the other side. I've been doing that for a week anyway. And apparently, one lot of exercise per day you're allowed to do. So I should be doing that. And there was other bits and pieces. The only thing is he said online deliveries will carry on, from supermarkets and places like that. Well, you can't get a delivery slot. You cannot get a delivery slot. I tried all day yesterday. I'm now registered with Amazon, Morrison's, Iceland and Tesco. Right? Oh, and Asda. Asda joins my list of supermarkets that I've now joined. Now, it seems Morrison's saves which ones was it? I think it was Morrison's on Iceland. They save your basket. So you've got your basket of shopping there. You just can't check out. Tesco's seem to lose the basket, so I'll have to start all over again with that one. I haven't done a basket with Asda yet. As I say, ordering supermarket stuff and food and what have you, don't get me wrong, I'm not short of food. You haven't got to send Red Cross parcels. Adrian, I don't know if Adrian's with us this morning. He usually comes a little bit later on. But Adrian often sends us little private emails and offered to get some shopping for me. I'm okay. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you to offer. Don't get me wrong, I'm not short of food. But I always think ahead. Always have done. I always think months, years ahead sometimes, where I'm going to be in sort of, 6 weeks' time, 6 months' time, or something like that. So I like to plan in advance, things like that. So I've got a basket full of shopping, and I can't really check it out. I couldn't sign up to Ocado. Right, they're not taking any new people, and I can't sign up to Sainsbury's. 2 that I couldn't sign up to. But I'm on 1, 2, 3. I'm on 5 of these now. You can't get a date. All day long, I'm going across the various sites, trying to get a delivery date, thinking they might add one. And then, I think it was yesterday I told you, I'm sure it was yesterday I told you, Morrison's, I went on there and another date appeared. I thought, wow, excellent. And it wasn't greyed out. I clicked on it. This date is not available. Last night I went on the Morrison site and it had crashed. You couldn't do anything on it at all. Thank you very much. Very kind of you, very much. It's £2.99 super chat has dropped in from Dr. Gregorian, PhD. Little tip coming in there from Dr. Gregorian. Hope you're wearing your hat this morning, Dr. Gregorian. You put that hat on. He's got one of our hats. He bought one of our hats the other day. And that had crashed. In fact, there's a couple of stories here. Supermarket websites are struggling now to cope with shoppers, as we all well know. Thanks very much for your messages coming in. I'll come to those in a moment. And a very good morning, as always, to our silent viewers. Those of you that don't join in the chat box and are quite happy to just sit there and enjoy the atmosphere. Enjoy the atmosphere, okay? Supermarket websites suffered a trolley crash last night in the wake of Boris Johnson's no-nonsense announcement of a nationwide lockdown. So if it wasn't bad enough before, now that he's said that, get your stuff on home delivery, it's got even worse. You cannot get on there. He ordered non-essential stores to close, saying only food shops, corner shops, hardware stores, chemists, petrol stations and newsagents are now allowed to open. Perhaps one could go to you see, I don't want to go into a shop. I don't want to walk into a shop. End of. Just don't want to do it. The Prime Minister then told the people of Britain to stay at home unless heading out to buy food, collect medication or carry out essential work. So you are allowed to go out and buy food. But every time you come into contact with people, you are putting yourself at risk. It's as simple as that. You want to take the risk or not? You sit there. I know. Some of you sit there. Oh, I'm okay. I'm fit and healthy and nothing. I'm well, so I'll be all right. No. No, you won't. Not necessarily. It's just the thickness of people. It's unbelievable. Do you know, I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to think I'm going to remove you from my friends list on some of these Facebook posts. They're just ludicrous and idiots. I'm sorry, idiots. Cutting and pasting stuff. Let's quickly put that back on the Facebook. And then some people, if you challenge them, it's better to be safe and sorry. No, it makes you look completely and utterly stupid. And there's little voice messages going around via private emails and things like that. Private messages. No, it's very, very foolish. It's all crap. Someone's made this recording in a bedroom somewhere. It's even worse than this show. And that is saying something. Please, don't cut and paste everything you see. You really look stupid. You do. Boris goes on, in his televised message to the nation, he urged people to turn to food delivery services instead of hitting the shops. Well, I've tried. I've been trying since Sunday. Sunday I started. Can't get a delivery slot. It's clear that many tried to take his advice as the supermarket giants were quickly deluged. Deluged? Deluged. 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 No, deluged with wannabe customers. Websites of Asda, Tesco's and Sainsbury's all found themselves overloaded as shoppers scrambled to fill their virtual basket. Well, you can fill your basket all right, you just can't check out. So you've got this basket, it's all going off in my basket. Presumably a little man or a little lady, got my order and is filling it all up, and now it's sitting somewhere. It's all going off, dear. Can't check out. Where's my basket sitting? I think you can still do the click and collect, but then you've still got to go there. It's not about being lazy. You've still got to go there and touch something that someone else has touched, haven't you? It says, Those who tried to place an order with Asda were told, give us a moment, we're just fixing something. Tesco customers were greeted with a message, because our site is so busy right now, you may experience some delays. Sainsbury's, well, I can't even register with Sainsbury's. We'll be back soon. Those who finally did get through then found it virtually impossible to find a delivery slot. That's me. 3 days now I've been trying. Can't find a delivery slot. My mate tells me you literally got to keep going on there and keep trying. That's what he said. And it goes on. We can go to supermarkets, pharmacists, pet shops, hardware stores and newsagents, because they sell stuff and what have you. Banks and post offices will also stay open. Well, I got a message from the bank today saying, please don't come in unless you absolutely have to, which is understandable as well. And other bits of pieces. All the churches closed, all the mosques, synagogues, all places of worship closed. Gosh. And we got at least 3 weeks of this. I would imagine it will be extended after that, but there you go. So you've got to go to the shops. And all gatherings, now this is very important, pay full attention. Pay full attention. All gatherings of more than 2 people have now been banned. Okay? A little bit later on in the show, I will be selecting from my list of viewers 2 people who will be allowed to join us tomorrow only. Only 2 viewers at a time. Actually, it's not much. It's not far from that anyway on this show, to be honest. 2 viewers at a time. We might rotate it so I could do 5 minutes. I would only have to do a 5-minute show, right? I could do 5 minutes of show and select 2 people that can join me. And then after that, I'll kick you off and then I'll select another 2 people and I'll do the same show all over again. I could be here all day. Could be here all day doing the same show. 5 minutes here, next. Sound like a revolving, just sounds like me in a little cubicle in Chariots, to be honest. Next! I know some of you wonder what that is. It's best that you don't know. All gatherings of more than 2 people have been banned now, unless you live together, of course. Boris Johnson announced sweeping changes tonight in a historic period. Very emotional speech, I found that last night. Very, very, just sitting there watching it. My mate rang up after that, and he starts chatting. He said, oh, you all right? I said, no. No, you must have, 1 or 2 of you must have had moments like this. You must have had a moment. Anyway, there we go. Right, let's say hello to some of you this morning. I saw a couple of texts coming in there. Good morning to Jason Hughes. Morning, Jason. He's on the side there. Morning. Hello to Simon. Info Scuba Diving. Sainsbury's have now stopped delivery to anyone who is not elderly or vulnerable. There you go. So Sainsbury's there. As I say, I'm okay. I might run out of certain things. I did try and go to the shops yesterday, but there were too many people around. I'll tell you about that later. Let's read some of your messages first, otherwise we fall so far behind with those. Thank you to Michael Pullman in Australia this morning. Good morning, Michael. Hello to Mandy. Morning, Mandy Davenport. Mike Rees-Ponto. Good morning, Diane Jebb. Heidi is in the house. Morning, Heidi. Hello to Gavin Bass. Good morning to Shania Still, working from home, working hard from home. I should imagine you're quite a good person to work from home, Shania. Some people are not very good at it. They keep getting distracted onto other things. Some people, Shania, when they should be at home working, they're on like YouTube channels and things like that. And it distracts them from their job. I'm glad you're not someone like that. You carry on doing your work, darling. Don't be distracted by anything going on around you. Especially not stupid old blokes sitting in spare rooms doing YouTube shows. Most annoying, dear. Morning to Mick. Can we have a show all day, Chris? I'm bored at home already. I'm sorry, Mick. 5 minutes only. 2 people, 5 minutes. Do you want to watch with your wife? Okay. Do you want to... Because there's 2 of you, so that would be okay. You can watch the show with your wife. You can have one of the 5-minute slots, or you can select another person to watch it with, other than your wife. But I must warn you, if you do that... So be very, very careful, Mick, who you select to watch the show with you, okay? Good morning to Big Joe, who's watching this morning. Morning, Joe. Have you been away somewhere? Gavin Bass, I think I might have said hello to you. Morning to you, Gavin. Hello to George Bond in the house. Morning, young George. Rachel's there, Rachel Weekland. Morning, Rachel. Remember I called you Wetland for weeks when you first joined the show, didn't I? Morning, Rachel. All your stuff went out in the post yesterday, incidentally, gang. The only thing that hasn't gone out yet is the clock from Mike Rees-Ponto, which should be picked up at some time today between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. God, I've got to wait in for that. Got to wait in. I mean, I've put it outside the front door. Do you have to be in for them to collect it? I've got a camera on the door, so I can. If anyone nicks it, I'll soon see. You know. I mean, they're very, very popular, my clocks. I said clocks with an L. They really are. I haven't got another one in here at the moment. There's a box of them downstairs. Clocks available. Clocks available. Morning to Colin Coates. Hello to you, sir. Day one in the Big Mick house. I'm bored already, so I'll be making cupcakes. You'll soon run out of ingredients there. Oh, do you know what I saw on the... Let's see if I've got this. Did I keep the story? No, I didn't. I didn't keep the story. I didn't know you can make bread in a slow cooker. Anyone know that? Apparently so. I didn't know that. You can actually make bread in a slow cooker. That's assuming, of course, you've got the ingredients, which I haven't. You know, that's another trip to the shop, in which case you might as well buy the loaf of bread if it's in there, mightn't you? I suppose you could order the stuff. Well, you can't. Can't order it. I can't get a delivery. Amazon, Morrison, Iceland, Tesco, Asda. No delivery slots available. Here I'm starving away, boys. Can you see how thin I'm getting in front of your little beady eyes? Yes. Thinner and thinner. Morning to Kevin Arnold Ashburner. Good morning to you, sir. Hello to Sean Pye. 8 o'clock on Thursday. Everyone needs to go into the garden or hang out the window and applause the NHS. You're right. We might do that actually on the show. 8 o'clock. If we start before 8 o'clock, we'll do that at 8 o'clock. Remind me if someone's there. Good morning to Russ Vernon, who's watching on his PlayStation 4. No games machines in this house. Thank you, Russ. No, I do not have a games machine here. I've had them before and I'd use them twice and then I'd chuck them away. Morning to Adrian Richardson. Hello to Paul and Lou. Good God. You're a bit early today, aren't you, Paul and Lou? What happened? Did you wet the bed again? It's all right. We can talk about these things. We're all adults on this show, my darlings. All adults. And as you get older, as you know, things start leaking. I've said to you time and time again. It's just the way it is. You just have to accept it. It's one of those things with slightly aging. And there's many, many products that you can buy. Whether or not you can find a supermarket to deliver them at this point, I do not know. You know, you don't have to go with the brand names. You can get any sort of baby nappy or if you're feeling environmental conscious, you can buy one of those, like a towel or something like that, and just put that around your waist, you know, before you go to bed at night. You're probably all right during the daytime, you know, at your age. I would imagine you can still sort of go around your business. Maybe a little bit leaks out now and again, but it's when you're in bed that the problem is, isn't it, Paul and Lou? I know. Bless them. Bless their hearts, darling. Are you in one of those homes? Are you and your wife in one of those homes? Are we at that point now? I don't know. Oh, sorry, that's a text coming in there. Now, unfortunately, very amateur, very Mick Davenport? Very unprofessional moment there. I do have my mobile phone in front of me today, and the reason for that is I'm waiting for Mike Rees-Ponto's parcel to be picked up. Now, I've put it outside the front door by We're going to try Hermes. I know we've had problems with Hermes. Not me, but my brother-in-law. But I'm going to try that. Oh, dear. I'll have to leave this on because I don't want to miss it, you see. That's the thing. Just a minute. Just a second, dear. Sorry about this. I go this today. Right, that's my mate there texting in there. You must know I'm on the show. So I've got to leave that on today in case they ring the doorbell. Oh, God. Shut up! Christ's sake, shut up for 5 minutes, will you? Bleeding hell. There we are. I'm sorry, so I've got to leave that on today. It's unusual to get a text, actually, while I'm doing the show. And they're coming to pick that up. It's outside the front door, so fingers crossed with that one. Yes, as I was saying, Paul and Lou, you know, perhaps wear a little towel around your waist. If you've got some sort of gaffer tape or something like that, you know, just do it up around your stomach or to the sides, perhaps a couple of little bits of tape there, and just keep it on at night. No problem at all, you know. Then if you wake up at night and you've had a little accident in the bed, and I think you probably, looking at the age of both of you probably have done before, you can just take the towel off and straight in the washing machine. You know, maybe a little bit of the extra fabric conditioner in there to make it smell a little less wee-like when it comes out. Yeah, well, you know those little coloured ball things that you can buy. I can't remember what they're called. They're very small. They're like they look like sweets. Keep them away from children, for God's sake. And they smell delicious. Oh, they smell delicious. And you can put some of those in the washing machine if you want, Paul and Lou. And your towel will come out smelling all nice, of course. You know. Just a suggestion. We're all adults here. We can talk about these things here. I mean, look how wonderful this show is. Could you listen to Capital Radio and talk about this sort of thing there? No. Roman Kemp would be there. I mean, he looks great, doesn't he? Like Roman Kemp. I think Roman probably, because he would have finished his show by now, wouldn't he? Roman Kemp is probably watching this show now and thinking, God, I hope I'm as good as him when I get to his age. I reckon that's what Roman Kemp is thinking at this moment, boys and girls. I really do. Good morning to Adrian Richardson. There's Adrian appearing there as if by magic. Morning to Michael Lawrence. Hello to you. Cutting and pasting, please don't remove me from your friends list. Dr. Gregorian, computer doctors and super chatters take priority. Computer doctors take priority, yeah. Yeah, I suppose so. That's fair comment there. Fair comment there. Good morning to LaBelle. Hello to LaBelle. Let's give you a raffle ticket, LaBelle. LaBelle gets a raffle ticket as soon as she appears because we don't always get her messages get lost when we do the tickets later. Thank you, LaBelle. 107 for you today, my sweetheart, darling. Although if you win, it's going to be a while before you get anything now because I'm not going into the post office at the moment. We're waiting until we've got permission to go back out again. Where are we now? Scrolling. Good morning to Billy. Hello, Billy. Welcome to the show, Billy. Hello to you. Where are we going now? Adam the Plumber's there. Hello, Adam the Plumber. Morning. Currently at work. I'm a key worker for the railways. Can't believe how busy the roads are. Chaos. I can see this going into complete... Is it really? So there's still loads of people out? Loads of people out? I saw some of the pictures from the tube this morning. No one's listening. No one's listening. I don't understand people. Just madness. Madness. Luke Trott, a very good morning to you. Hello to Luke Trott. Mandy Mick's getting pain and suffering as we speak. He's stuck in with little old me for 3 whole weeks. You make his life as miserable as you like, Mandy. It will be great. It will give me great pleasure to hear that the punishment of pain and suffering that you've been dishing out to your husband in the 3 weeks that he will want to move out in the end. He'll want to move out in the end, Mandy. Just imagine that. It's much better than it sounds, Mandy. Oh, it really is. You can walk around the house, do anything you like, and there'll be no one there moaning. You can get into bed, spread right out, haven't got someone nicking your duvet or rubbing up against you. Get off me. I'm going to sleep. Get off me. Get off me. Especially first thing in the morning. You know what some of the blokes are like first in the morning, aren't they? Awful. Awful. Where are some? Good morning to Christopher Davis. A very good morning to you, Christopher. Fun things to do with tech. Sparky is there. Morning, sir. There's young Joseph McDonald. Morning, Joseph. I don't mind this self-isolation. He's got a garden, thousands of CDs, and a husband to play with. What more could I need? There you go. And also, Joseph, you've got my fridge magnet to look at. I hope you're putting that to good use. Fridge magnets. Now, these are very good. You can win one of these on a Monday morning. Have you seen one before, boys and girls? Just in case we've got any new viewers. Millions of people joining this show every day now. Although we might be in slightly less quality. I'll come to that in a moment. Here, one of our fridge magnets. Many, many uses. You can either just have it on your fridge. And each morning, you could kneel down in front of that and adore me. Be quite good. You could worship me. You know, have that on your fridge door. And then, you know, as you come into the... After the prayers to the Lord above, of course. Yeah, I'm not more important than him. I know you think I am. I'm not, honestly. I'm not. So after you've done your adoring and your prayers to the Lord Jesus, okay, you can come in front of your fridge magnet and adore me for a while. You know, just perhaps... Maybe not go down on 2 knees. But possibly 1 knee, you know. You could go down on 1 knee, you know, and adore me for a moment or two. You could use it for that. Or if you've run out of toilet paper, anything like that, right? Okay. You know, you can use it like that. Many, many uses. You could use it as a tea coaster. Those of you that with... actually, I'm looking up and down the list. There's no one there with an expensive table, is there? No, I don't think so. You've all got those MFI things. It's only me with the Italian marble table downstairs. Not Italian marble, Italian glass table downstairs. Many, many years old. There we are. So you can use that for all sorts of things, you know. And if you're having a shave, you know, some people don't rinse their face for some reason. You can get off the stuff like that, you know. And as I say, very important in the toilet as well. If you've run out of the toilet paper, you know, be careful where you're flicking it, of course, and then just put it under the tap, give it a quick wash, and put it back on your fridge for next time. Many, many uses as a fridge magnet, not available to buy, unfortunately. You have to win one of those on the raffle on Monday. And for the raffle, you need raffle tickets, which I'll be giving out later in the show. Michael says TV is very boring. There is stuff on there which is quite good. I've started watching on BBC One Colour The Nest. Did anyone see The Nest on Sunday night? Very good. Very good. Also on the iPlayer. There's only episode 1 on the iPlayer. And that programme is about this couple, sort of youngish couple, sort of early 30s. And they want a child. And I think they've tried to have a child before. And poor lady, she's had many miscarriages. If you're one of those people, you'll know all about that, you know. Not to be joked about at all. But she's had many miscarriages and they couldn't have children. So I think she frozen embryos. I don't exactly know what goes on there. But she got frozen embryos. And even, I think there's been a couple of people she tried to do the surrogate mother with someone else, possibly her sister or someone like that. That didn't work either, and they've got one left. And this young girl who was like a homeless, down and out type person. She comes into their lives. She has like this pretend row with someone in the street, and the other lady who's been trying to have the baby comes around this corner and it looks like she hits her. But I think the girl jumped into the path of the car, right? And it's about the story there. And then the woman starts talking to the girl and they want her to try and do the surrogate mother thing. The clinic have told them she's too young. Okay, so not going to do it. But it looks like they've gone abroad. They've now gone abroad to have this done. And the programme finished with... Oh, I won't tell you how it finished. You want to watch it, don't you? I'm telling you the old programme. But it's very good. One of my favourite actors. I don't know what his name is, actually. He's got a bit of a... He hasn't got a long beard, you know, bit more than, you know, sort of a bit out here. And he's very good. Very good. I've seen him in police stuff before. I think he was in either Thin Blue Line or Call of Duty, whatever it's called. Some programme on BBC One where the police force were looking into the police force, if you see what I mean. I think he was in that programme as well. So very, very good. So I'd recommend that for you. Who said boring telly? Michael Lawrence. BBC One, The Nest. BBC One Colour, The Nest. Sunday nights, episode 1, now available on the BBC Colour iPlayer. All right. Let's just scroll down a little bit there. The text music makes me shimmy. Do you like the text music? I've got that here. Hang on a minute. Where's the text music? Would you like it again? ITV London Weekend. Here we go. Are you ready, Shana? Are you ready, LaBelle? Here we go, darling. Yeah. Yeah. I love that bit of music. Absolutely love that bit of music. That's the old London Weekend television ident music from the 70s, 80s and the 90s before they had those dreadful heart things coming and ruined everything. Michael's missing playing pool at the pub. Well, I mean, you could go out. No, you mustn't go out. If you've got something indoors, perhaps you've got some little, like silver paper, you know, kitchen foil. Or if you've got no kitchen foil, just take some little balls. You probably haven't got balls indoors. Actually, I don't think you've got any of that at all, to be honest, Michael. But you can get a little piece of paper and screw them up, and you can put them on the floor in the various different positions where you play pool. You know, you've got that triangle thing, haven't you? That triangle thing. You could put them triangular, and then, I don't know, you use, perhaps, have you got a garden stick? Some stick or something like that? Or you could borrow DJ Chris's walking stick, couldn't you? Because he doesn't really use that. You know, that's only for show, as you well know. It's when he brings that stick out whenever he thinks there's a social security camera somewhere. Yeah, I bet there's a few of you do that, isn't it? Yes, I know that. Whenever he knows there's a camera, the stick comes out and he starts hobbling. Gets past the cameras, he runs home. It's true. It's true. Or perhaps if you're desperate, you could just use a pen. You've won one of our pens. That should be coming to you in a post shortly. And you could lay on the floor, spread eagled, and then put it in between your fingers and go, like that on your little bits of paper. And you could play Paul at home. See, I am a mind of fantastic advice. I really am, John, aren't I? What a good job the world has got me in their lives. Don't you think? Where would we be without me? Exactly. What else have we got here? Dr. Gregorian, can I get my raffle ticket as well early? No, I'm afraid you can't. You need to email in. The only person who gets a raffle ticket early is LaBelle because her messages get lost. You have to do, everyone else has to do it by email if they're not here, my darling. There is the email address. Okay? The only reason LaBelle gets it is because her messages get lost when all the raffle ticket messages come in. That's the only reason. Okay? She's the only one, I'm afraid. Thank you. You can email in like you normally do, my darling. Anyone else doesn't get the messages come through, email in for your raffle ticket and I shall complete your request. Okay? Sometimes not always instantly, sometimes hours later, but it will be completed. As you well know, dear, as you well know. Mikey, the advice is you can still go to work if your job cannot be done at home. Well, no karaoke places for me to go to. I wouldn't go and do them anyway. As you know, I bowed out last Monday. I bowed out last Monday before all this. I saw this coming and I thought to myself, what is the point in going to work 2 more times and putting myself at risk if it's all going to shut up shop anyway? And that's it. On the subject of landlords as well. Landlords. We got an email yesterday from the estate agent who look after my places, telling me that they've had a lot of inquiries about the people that have got insurance for their rent cover, which I do have across all of them. And guess what? Pandemics not included on the insurance. Great. So we've only got to have, I'll probably be all right. As long as one person pays the rent, I should probably be all right. One person. No, two people. As long as 2 people continue to pay the rent. It'd be a bit tight, but I'll be okay, So we'll see how it goes. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'll just come to that YouTube thing in a moment there, Dr. Gregorian. Thank you for the information there. But there are a lot of people are reducing the quality of the YouTube, so and various other streaming services. Rachel, her furniture come from Very. I don't know what that is. What is Very? Is that a shop? I have no idea what that is, Very. Michael has already seen the programme, yes. Once again, The Nest. Watch that, The Nest. It's really good. Really good. Okay. What a beautiful house that woman lives in, her and her husband. Oh, what a beautiful house. It's like, it like comes out, that like the balcony comes out. Would you call it a balcony? No, balcony's high up, isn't it? It's like on a river. So you come to the edge of the bit of floor that comes out of the house like a balcony, and then there's water. It looks like a lake or something like that rather than a river. It's not moving. It's not a moving water. Oh, wow. What would you give for a house like that? Not bad to be self-isolating somewhere like that, isn't it? Massive, this house. Beautiful house. I love it. Watch it. The Nest. BBC One colour. Joseph loves the fridge magnet. I kiss it every morning. Thank you. That's what we like to hear. Perhaps you could send in a little video of yourself kissing the magnet. That would be good, and we can show that. You could all do that, actually. If you want to email in me in little videos of you kissing and adoring pictures of me, then that would be great, and I can put that together. Perhaps we could use it on our opening video. With the closing video. If I put another one together. Let's have a look. There we are. Hiya, Data. Good evening, Paul. Good morning, Paul. Welcome to the show. Don't forget, we're going to try a quiz night tonight. Just a bit of fun. No prize. There'll be no positioning of people. I'll read the questions. You write them. Write down the answers. And then I give you the answers. That's it. Very, very simple. Very easy. People make things difficult, I think, for themselves sometimes by introducing various rules. There was one place I worked, I don't like the bloke, he treated his staff like dirt, so I won't mention it. There was one bloke who did a quiz night, and he made it so blooming complicated. It was like, right, so you win round 1 and you win round 2. If you win 2 rounds, you get an extra point there. And then on the 3rd round, that's going to be 11 questions because you choose which 10 questions. And I'm thinking, my God, why have you made it so complicated? Make it simple. People don't understand things unless you make it simple. Really. And the simplest way to do this is read a question, you write the answer down, then I'll read the answers down and you mark it. How easy is that? And we'll have, I think, 4 rounds altogether, something like that. Just a little bit of fun. Just a bit of fun. It may be that 1, 2 of the answers are incorrect. But you can often find, whatever the question is, you can probably find the answer that you want on Google. This is what damaged all the pub quizzes. People were just looking up answers. Even though we weren't cheating, you'd be giving out the answers, right? And then they say, well, I've just Googled it. And they start showing you their phone. And I think, oh, for God's sake, bit like that it was. And it became not fun to do. I loved it when I started doing it. Quiz nights at the Mayflower, which was in South London on the coast. We didn't really have the problem there too much. And the King's Head Theatre Bar, they're all a bit uppity in there. Oh, they're so far up their own arses. It's unbelievable in there. They really are. Champagne socialists. You know the talk, don't you? You know the sort. Christ. It was all right at first. It just got boring in there. And then people stopped coming anyway. I don't know why that happened, but that happens sometimes. As you know, things die. They just die off. They have their time. The time, and then that's it. People move on to something else. Probably that's what happened. LaBelle was pulling out her tassels. Yes. Right. What else have we got here? I feel nothing but daggers being flung at me through the chats. Sorry, everyone. No, that's okay. I made the decision there. You're the only one that gets a raffle ticket like that. We can't do it. Otherwise, it gets just silly. People want one ear, one there. No, everyone else, you do it by email, and that's it. Martin Compston plays Dan in The Nest and has been in Line of Duty. That's the one, Mandy. Thanks very much. Mandy, I think you could be our television correspondent. You seem to know the answer to any television questions that we... Oh, no, that would be 2 jobs. That might be too much for you, Mandy. That might be too much for you, lovey. I don't want to overload people with work like the poor people at the NHS at the moment. God, my heart goes out to them. I've seen them crying because they can't get any shopping. Oh, it's terrible, terrible. Let's have a look here. Let's just scroll down there. Where can we go to now? Let's try to get someone else's messages. Hello, David in Hemel. Very good morning to David in Hemel there. Sam Thomas. Good morning, Sam. Morning to Sam. Fun things to do with tech. The news from Cornwall. 54 shops closed, 3 open, 4 shops only. And top off, Morrison's needs to get a grip and help the OAPs and disabled. They simply don't care at the Morrison's. Yeah, some shops seem to be better than others at doing that, don't they? They do seem to be better than others, yeah. Anyway, so yesterday I went down the chemist. I thought I might try and do a little bit of shopping and go to the chemist. So I walked out from here. As I'm walking down my path, I could see a woman and youngish type woman pushing a pram, and she was on the path as well. And as we got closer, I left the path and I walked right over onto the grass and carried on my journey like that. Well, she looked at me with daggers, dear. Absolute daggers. She looked at me with daggers, like, we haven't got anything. Well, I'm not saying you have done. You carry on looking at me in daggers. I'm not coming back on that path to walk close to you, my dear. 2 metres. 2 metres, they've told us. You've got to keep apart from 2 metres. And that's it. Right? So anyway, that carried on. So I turned right and I walked up the road. I walked on the other side of the road where there's no pavement. So I walked on the grass, which was quite nice, actually. A little bit softer under the old feet, People... Just 1 or 2, not many, but walking on the other side of the path, which is about 4 or 5 metres away, I'd say. And then when I get to the shops, there's like a car park, right? So I'm on that side of the road. There's the road, which is not, it's not a massively busy road, just like a side road type thing. And there is a car park with Audi there. There's a Chinese there. There's a betting shop. There's a chemist. There's a dry cleaners. And there's the newsagent. So kind of an L shape with the shops. And there's a big thing there. Okay. Big car park. Not massive car park. There's a car park there. And I stood at the end there and I thought, well, the car park's not full up. Perhaps it's not so busy. And I'm looking around and I thought, well, there's a few people milling around there. Didn't look too bad. So I carried on. Then I crossed the road and I started walking down to the chemist. And I looked in Audi and I thought, no, I don't want to go in there. I don't want to go in there in case someone sneezes in my face. So easy. That's all it takes. I don't want to go in there. So I thought, well, I'll just go to the chemist. And I got to the chemist and there's a blooming sign up. And it was about, what time did I finish the show yesterday? It was about 12:10, 12:15 when I got there. And there's a sign up there saying we are closed now, always between 12 and 2 to allow our staff to have a rest and restock. We're very busy at the moment. And underneath that, it says only 3 people allowed in the shop at a time now. Please queue outside. All right. So, right, okay. All right. Well, I can't do it then. So I come straight away. Immediately, I left, and I got back to the house. And I went past the house in the other direction, and I went into the co-op. Because there's a small co-op round there. There was about 2 customers in there. I kind of look around outside first to see how many people there is. There's 2 customers in there. So I went in there and I bought a few bits and pieces. I don't use a basket. I pick up the items and carry them like that. I don't touch the basket or anything like that. I'm fully aware people have probably touched the items as well. But it's about, I think, cutting back as much as you can that you touch. So I bought 2 garlic breads. You know, the flat breads. No, I didn't have them both yesterday. No, I didn't. I had one. I had that. So I bought that and some blueberries. They got plenty of potatoes, so I bought a couple of packets of potatoes as well while I was in there, and I paid, and off I went. Came back here, put the stuff away. Immediately I washed my hands. As soon as I've done that, washed my hands straight away, and I put the dinner on, and that was very nice. I had campfire stew yesterday, which I made the other day, from all my frozen stuff. I got about 7 meals out of that in the slow cooker. So I had that and the garlic bread, and watched a little bit of telly, watched the news again. I try not to watch the news all the time. I think it's very important to keep informed. You can't just sit there and ignore what's going on. You're really stupid to sit there and ignore what's going on. That being said, I think you can watch too much of it. I honestly think you can watch too much of it and you'll be just so terrified, as I'm getting, to be honest, a little bit like that. I try not to watch it all the time. Then I went out and sprayed my lilies with my anti-lily beetle spray. And then I thought I'll go back down to the chemist. So by now it's about 2:15, so I got to the chemist about 2:30, 2:45, and I used the same route as I did last time, stopped at the top of the car park, and I looked over. Well, there must have been a queue of 10 people standing outside it. 10 people, all with, to be fair to them, all with sort of a gap between. There weren't people standing like that. They were standing like that. It wasn't 2 meters. It was more like about 1 meter, But I thought to myself, even if they were standing a long distance apart, right? So say you're there and you're 4 meters away, okay? If they sneeze and the wind is blowing in the wrong direction, all the stuff that comes out of your mouth will blow backwards, wouldn't it? Surely, I would imagine. When you think about it, wouldn't it? Anyway, so I saw this queue out there and I thought, no, I'm not going to. So I came back home again, so I haven't got my medicine. I've emailed. I wonder if they've replied yet. Let's have a look there. I haven't replied yet. I've emailed. There you go. Dr. Gregorian's emailed for his raffle ticket. See, that wasn't too hard, was it, dear? Wasn't too hard, my love. Oh dear. Yeah, and I just came back here and I've emailed. I found the chemist's email. So I've emailed them and said, is there any chance you can deliver that? I have now registered with another delivery chemist type people. I don't know what you call them. Chemist deliverers? I don't know what they are. I've registered with one now. So next time I order something from the doctors, and I order stuff every month. I order some special powder to help me go, right? And I order a blue asthma thing. Now I have got a couple in reserve, so I'm okay. I always worry about running out of that thing. They're the only two things that I order from the customers, so that's all they'd have to deliver. So I've registered with that. But there is one, the last one, sitting at the chemist waiting to be collected, you see. I really don't want to have to go into the chemist. I don't want to go in there. I really don't want to go in there. So we'll see if they reply to that. And fingers crossed they will be. Let's have a look what you're saying there. Heidi's got a bit of OCD herself. Is that with all the cleaning all the time, Heidi? Do you do a lot of cleaning and all that business, my darling? Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have that. That being said, I like to think that my house is quite clean now. That's incorrect. My house is not filthy. If you came around here, oh my God, what a dump. No, you wouldn't think that. But it's not as good as, say, my mum used to do her house. Or my sister does her house. Every day my sister does hoovering. I do mine in a normal time, I suppose, once a week. Hoovering, dusting, very rare. Very rare. But I've been doing stuff now. You can do all this work now. You've got time to do all this work. Those of you that live in absolute dumps, and I would imagine David in Hemel would be someone like that. David and Hemel would be sort of living in a dump. Other people, let's have a look at the list. I reckon Mandy's house is really clean. Heidi's probably is really clean. Michael Lawrence, not sure about yours, Michael. Who else have we got here? Sean Pye. Well, I would imagine you have to scrape the bits of food off the floor before you sit down in there. No. But dusting is non-existent. But as I say, you've got plenty of opportunity to do some of this stuff now. I started cleaning the inside of the windows, didn't I? That was on Sunday. And yesterday, was it last night? I think it was last night I did them. Last night, I thought I'd do a couple of more windows today. So I'd done the hall one. There's two windows in the hall, one in the side of the house, which I had put in that one. Because it was what a difference that made when I put that window in. Well, not myself. You must be joking, mustn't you? Can you just see me with a chisel and a hammer banging a hole in the wall? I have done that before. I've got this air conditioning, a cheaper one. You know the ones that you buy in like B&Q and Sainsbury's Home Base and all those ones. So and it's got it's a bit like a tumble dryer type thing. So it's a big pipe like that, and I thought, I'll put the hole in the wall myself. So I got the drilled round like that, and I'm banging away with this blooming chisel and hammer. I thought, oh my God, I'm never going to do this. Oh, the work that I did for that, and eventually I did it. Then I put the pipe in the wall. Hole's too big. Oh no. Luckily, at that time, I had a neighbour. He died a couple of years ago, unfortunately. He smoked a lot and died from terrible lung. I'll never forget that. He was a nice bloke, actually. It was a little bit chatty, a little bit too chatty for me, you know. You'd be doing something out the front. He'd come over and start talking when you're trying to do something, you know. And I probably was a bit sharp with him a couple of times. Yeah, I'm just doing this now, yeah? Yeah, a little bit like that as well, because I like to do things, yeah. And at the time, I was talking to him. He said, well, I'll come and do it for you. And he put, I don't know, cement or something around it to make the hole not so big. So you honestly don't want me to be doing DIY, really. But if you can do it, now is the time. Now is the time to say goodbye. Da, da, da. That song, I can't remember that one now. You can order it online. You don't have to go out, do you? In fact, I don't think any of those places are open now, B&Q or Sainsbury's Home Base or Wickes. But I gather you can still have stuff delivered. You could probably order paint or something from Amazon. I don't know if you wanted to do that. Couldn't you? Anyway, So I thought I'd do another couple of windows. Yeah, I know I ruined this. So no, I didn't put the window in myself. I got blokes to come and do that, which actually was nowhere near the price I thought I was going to have to pay. It wasn't that expensive to have 2 windows put in the side of your house, because that was just a wall. So if you imagine the end of my house is like the wall like that. So house, end of house, roof, walls. Yeah, walls either side and wall. I'm on the end, so I'm end of terrace. Now that wall there was a wall, okay? And I had 2 windows put in. One in the hall, and then there's a wall in between, and one in my bedroom. So I've got 2 windows in my bedroom, one there and there. And the one in the hall, because it was a bit dark in the hall, what a difference that made when I had that window put in. My God. It was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And they were very, very neat with the job as well, I have to say. There wasn't like mess everywhere. No mess. And they did a very good job, very good job. I had the scaffolding up the side of the house and all that. So I thought I'd clean those windows last night. So I got my new, I haven't got it up here now, new, what's it called? Karacha? That yellow thing. It's like a window vacuum cleaner. So I've got my little bowl of water with a bit of fairy liquid in it, a little washing up sponge, cleaning the windows like that. I am. Left it for a while, then I give it another one on there, and then I got my window cleaner, and it sucks off all the water. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Wish I'd discovered them years ago. My sister's got one as well, and now my mate wants one for his birthday, which I'll probably get him actually. It's a reasonable present for birthday, isn't it? One of those window hoovers. Fantastic little item. So I did that, and then I carried on, boys. I did another lot of windows in the living room. So I took my little bowl into the living room, done the windows in there, and like I was saying on the show yesterday, they don't look dirty. They don't really look that dirty, to be honest, the windows, right? Done the windows in the living room. Unfortunately, there's like a bit of metal there, and I couldn't get right to the end, so I had to do that manually with my hand. Then I did my mirrors. I got a mirror in the living room and a mirror in the kitchen, did those as well. And I thought, well, I've done enough now. I was worn out after that. Didn't do all the windows. And the water was black. Seriously. The water was black that came out of the little water reservoir thing that the window hoover collects as it sucks the water off the windows. But what a fantastic thing. So that's what I did yesterday. But as I say, if you're good at DIY, I think my mate and his other half, they're going to do a project in the kitchen. They got an old kitchen. They can't afford to have it done at the moment. But I think they're going to buy some paint, some special paint for the kitchen cupboard doors. I think they want to change. And some sticky stuff that you can put on the worktops. Now, I would imagine this is not the same as sticky-backed plastic that we all saw on Blue Peter years ago. Do you remember that? They probably still use it now, do they? Blue Peter. When it was proper Blue Peter with Valerie Singleton, John Noakes and Peter Purvis. That one. Hello and welcome to today's Blue Peter. That one. There was Petra the dog, there was Shep, and the cats. The cats that they always looked like they were being forced to sit down. And the moment they said hello, they let go of the cats and they went scarfering. And the tortoise and the rabbits. Yes, Blue Peter. Did it have a rabbit? Oh, I can't remember now. Did it have a rabbit? No, I don't think it had a rabbit. No, Blue Peter. Just like on Blue Peter, yes. Not sticky back plastic like that at all. I think it's some sort of sticky stuff that you put down onto a worktop. I would imagine it needs some sort of heat applied to it to make it stick to the surface. I would also imagine that you've got to have the surface absolutely spotless clean for the thing to work properly, because if you don't do it properly it can end up in a terrible mess. So they said there's some sort of sticky stuff that you can get for the worktops to change all those. So I think they're going to try a project and do that. I'm not convinced that they're going to be very good at DIY, to be honest. I'm no good at it. You know, my brother-in-law is fantastic at DIY. My nephew's very good at DIY. I am not good at DIY. Actually, my dad, bless his heart, you know, been gone now 25 years. He wasn't particularly good at DIY, I don't think. I certainly am not. But, you know, I think they're going to try that. If you're good at it, what an ideal opportunity you've got to paint a room. I said to Mama, I said to him on the phone yesterday, because I'm not seeing him. There's no communication, only on the phone. That's it now. That's it. And I said to him, I was actually tempted to go out and get a tin of paint and have a go. And he said, don't. Whatever you do, do not do that. Because if you muck it up, you can't even get anyone in to sort it out now, can you? Not my cup of tea. Stick to what you're good at. That's what I say. I've yet to find anything that I'm good at, to be honest. But there we are. You never know. It might happen. I nearly went up to the loft to get my train set out yesterday. I'll get it out. I promise you I'll get my train set. I'm pretty... Because you remember I couldn't find it. I don't know where it was. I'm pretty convinced it's up in the loft. So I will get that out at some point. And I'll do a little video. It's only a circular track. It's only just a circular track. That's all I've got. Put it on the carpet and we'll get that. Oh, I love my electric trains. Yeah. Anyone got a layout? Do you know you can get people in to do a layout? You can. You can actually get people into your house to build a train layout to either your specification, or you can say to them, okay, I want you to design, well, what do you want? Well, I'll leave it to you. And they will come in at a cost, of course. I would imagine that's not a particularly cheap thing to do. But nevertheless, if you've got a bit of cash and you've got a spare room, you can, and you're no good at DIY, like me, okay, you can get someone to come in and build you a train layout. And then all you got to, when it's all done, you just turn up and push the buttons. Change the lights from red to green. A little signal goes up like that, and a little train comes through. How marvellous is that? You don't see many ladies doing that, do you? Electric trains or Scalextrics. Why is that? Why is that, girls? Why don't you like doing stuff like that? You know, electric trains and things like that. Back to some of your messages then. Good morning to Russ Vernon. I think I've said hello to you. I'm not sure. I'll do it again. David said Boots are sending my medicines by post. Okay. You won't be getting your message in chat, Dr. Gregorian. If you do that, you won't get a ticket. So I suggest you behave yourself, same as everyone else. Otherwise, Mandy will be round, my darling, dishing out pain and suffering. Thank you very much. More singing for Mick. I can do more singing if you want me to. Do we want more singing? I was considering recording myself at the piano. I find it difficult to sing and play the piano at the same time, incidentally. I don't know why I don't seem to be able to do that. See, that when I play the piano, I play the melody as well. If you're a proper accompanist, okay, you don't play the melody. You play the bits and the person sings the melody. What tends to happen is that if I try and sing with me playing the piano, then I'm playing the melody at the same time. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. It's just one of those things. You can't do everything, can you? Where are we? Adam. Supermarkets should be handing out raffle tickets and you sit in your car until the number is called. At Aldi, now 50 people in the shop at a time. Also open cafes for key workers. Yes, I could do that job. Perhaps I could be the person reading out the numbers. Ticket number 457 to collection point A, please. Yeah, I could do that. Which supermarket would I do? I think probably Waitrose. They want me at Waitrose, you know, in a suit, perhaps a bow tie, standing there. Good afternoon, everyone. Could we have ticket number 457, please? 457. Good evening, sir. Welcome along. You know, I think I could do Waitrose. Or Aldi. I could do Aldi if I wanted to. Oi, who's got ticket 17? Yeah, get in there, hurry up. Very, very different jobs. Announcer for Waitrose or Aldi. That's what we want. That's what we want. Michael's going to his safe space. Bye. Morning to Sam Thomas. Fun things to do with tech. My house is 100%, 110% clean and tidy. There you go. Got a clean house there. Scrolling. If your DIY is anything like your hair cutting, don't even attempt it. No, it's not good for me to do DIY. I've put all these shelves up before. Would you be able to sit on them? Probably not. But then again, could you sit on any shelf and it would stay up? I'll tell you where the shelves are really weak: in caravans. Do not lean on a shelf in a caravan. They come off so easily in there. It's only very thin wood, you see. That's the thing. Talking of caravans, I've noticed a lot of caravan sites are being told to close down. So, and I don't think we're supposed to move around, to be honest. So I think much that I want to go up to my caravan, I really do. I want to go up to my caravan for a while. I don't think I should. I'm not convinced that I could get up there. 2 days later, they closed it. And I don't think they want you moving around the country at the moment. So we must do as we're told and respect that, I think. And I'm sure I'll be staying here. Sean, I bet your window cleaner is not the only thing made of plastic that is powered by batteries. No, I've got an electric toothbrush as well, actually, Sean. Electric toothbrush. Electric screwdriver, which that doesn't seem to hold the power, the electric screwdriver. So if you plug it in and then use it within an hour, that's fine. Okay? But if you plug it in, I'll leave that charge up. Next time you bring it out, flat as a pancake. Is that normal with electric screwdrivers? It's a nice one. Decent one. My brother-in-law and my sister got it for me a few Christmases ago. Or maybe that's why, because it was a few Christmases ago. I've had it a while. It doesn't get that much use, my electric screwdriver, to be honest. Mick wants some more I may do a whole song for you later on, Mick. I haven't decided yet. The trouble is the backing, you see. The backing, we can get the copyright police if I start playing backing music. This is always a problem. Mandy, if the weather carries on and going out in the garden, sorted that out. Yes, your garden looks lovely, Mandy. I love all the little lights there that you sent through the other day. Beautiful. She's got all different little lights. And I like fairy lights. They make me happy. Do you like fairy lights? Fairy lights absolutely make me happy. They really do. Okay. I think Trevor, good morning. Sing Barry just for Mick and everyone else. John Aitken, good morning, John. Welcome to the show, John. Heidi used to have the same train set. You got up in your lofts, but I used to have a Scalextrics. I used to be a right tomboy. Used to climb trees and everything. Good girl. Nothing wrong with that, my love. John's been out in the garden having a tidy up so we can sit outside with a cup of tea and a biscuit. Very nice. Rabid Chris is not welcome in Lincolnshire. Perhaps not. I do hope you can join us for a quiz tonight. Might not work, but it's worth a try, okay? Right, on the subject, who was it mentioned? It's Dr. Gregorian, I think it was. YouTube slashes video quality across UK and Europe to tackle coronavirus lockdown binge. So here we go. If you notice the quality of the programme is not as good as it normally is, you may have been cut down on the quality. This also goes with other streaming services, as Dr. Gregorian mentioned earlier. YouTube has vowed to slash video streaming quality across the UK and Europe to reduce the strain on networks. Pressure on internet providers is soaring as the coronavirus outbreak rages across the world, and tech firms are resorting to new measures to tackle the crisis. UK networks have had significant outages in recent days. I must say I haven't had that. Insiders have reported huge spikes in traffic. Daytime internet usage is significantly up as people, this is in the Sun, self-isolate and seek out the latest news. As a result, Google has decided that YouTube will default all videos on YouTube now to standard definition. So you may notice I'm not quite as sharp as I usually am. Might be a good thing. Can't see my lines anymore. That is good news, isn't it? As a result, Google has decided that YouTube will default all videos to standard. According to YouTube, this will ensure maximum bandwidth available in the UK and across Europe. The measures will be in place for 30 days initially in cooperation with the governments. And the good news is that it's still possible to manually adjust the video quality if you need to do higher streaming. So I think by default, you're watching now in standard. Maybe now, I don't know. But you can change that manually if you want to. I would recommend you keeping it possibly at standard, to be fair to everyone else. Be fair to everyone else. The good news, making lower quality videos, the default, should relieve major stress on the network. People are coming to YouTube to find news, learning, and a bit of entertainment. And so that goes on. And it is the same with Netflix. Netflix recently made a similar move. slashing streaming quality throughout Europe as well. I would assume that the iPlayer possibly at some point does the same thing. Good morning to Steph Diamond. Morning, Steph. Morning, Steph. Hello to Fran Green joining us today. David says I'm in full HD where I am. So that's interesting as well. Good. In the Sun this morning, Britain's internet capacity could be rationed to prioritise critical apps and websites, experts have told The Sun. It comes as networks and apps reveal how the coronavirus places new pressures on the UK's mobile and broadband infrastructure. All right, so it says the peak rush hour traffic between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. is ballooning outwards. A little bit like my waist at the moment. I'm sure this is ballooning. Do you know, I haven't weighed myself for a couple of weeks now. I should do. I have had some ice cream and chocolate, ginger biscuits that I bought from Aldi, which will eventually run out, of course. Ginger biscuit. Do you know what I got in a co-op yesterday? Oh, that's the other thing I got. Apple pie. Oh, God, apple pie. Oh, it was very good. I only had a third and not a half. Usually I have half an apple pie. I only had a third. I'm trying to cut back. Yes, the peak rush hour traffic is ballooning outwards between noon and 9 p.m. now. So it's got a lot when people are using a lot of the stuff. Large-scale internet rationing projects could go ahead, which wouldn't involve limiting users to specific amounts of data. In some cases, it will be paramount to prioritise mission-critical communication. So they might have to slow us down. It says some rationing has already started. Content providers are already slamming on the brakes, reducing the bitrate or quality of their videos. Netflix led the charge and was quickly followed by YouTube, Facebook and Instagram, Apple Television and Disney Television as well. They've typically reduced the streams by around 25%. But you know what? You'll get used to that very quickly. Honestly, you will. You will get used to the reduction in the streaming. It'll come back eventually at some point, you know, when perhaps, you know, God willing, we can all get back to what we normally do. Yes, John, you won the raffle yesterday. Very pleased to tell you, you won the raffle yesterday. Okay, John? All right. So all you've got to do is email me your full postal address and I'll be able to put one of those in the post. I actually, to walk to the forest, I walk past a post box. That's no problem. Although I might not be able to go today because I'm waiting for Hermes to pick. Do I need to be in for Hermes to pick up a parcel? Can I not just leave it outside the door? It's outside the front door now, sitting in front of my door. Can I just leave that there? Or do I need to be in? Do I need to sign something? Surely not. Not for them to pick something up. Do I need to sign something? Does anyone know that? Has anyone used Hermes to pick up a poster from them, a parcel from them before? Funny, actually. You know, once Mike, I think Mike's with us today. Once they've got like a headline price. You start adding things onto it, it costs more than a blooming post office. You can't win, can you? But it doesn't matter. It's worth paying an extra couple of quid that I don't have to go into the post office. It really is. And thank you very much for your... I think you sent us £3 yesterday, which you didn't have to do. Thank you very much for that. Dr. Gregorian, BT confirmed yesterday they have more than enough bandwidth. If your internet company restricts streaming, you can use free P... I don't know what that is, a free PVN. I don't know what that is. I'm with Virgin Media, actually, here. Virgin Media. And they're very good. It rarely goes wrong. Seriously. That being said, you know, it'll probably be cut off now. We had a little problem the other week, didn't we? But they've been doing some work. We can get 1 gig now. Can you believe that? 1 gig. I don't have the 1 gig. I've got 100 meg here. That's all you need. 100 meg down. I think it's about 6 meg up. And that's enough for one person. I used to have 350 meg here. And then my mate who worked for British Telecom, he said, why? Why on earth are you paying for free? I said, well, because that's the best, isn't it? He said, but you just don't need it. It's like having a car that can do 300 mile an hour. You know, where are you going to drive that? I tell you where you're going to drive that, on the M4 on a Saturday night when you're coming back from the pub. I've seen them. Believe me, I've seen that madness on the M4 on a Saturday night. People coming out chasing each other in that fast lane. Bleeding idiots. Idiots. Where are we? Where are we now? David, virtual private network. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that is. Hang on, my phone just flashed then. No, it's the church group. I'm going to have to come out of that. They just keep sending stuff through all the time. I get some on blooming nerves at this. Just, like on the WhatsApp, and people constantly sending you stuff all the time. I'll have to come off of that group there. 1 minute. How do I do that? There it is there. It's just annoying. Can we edit the group? How do I come off of that? There it is. Exit. Do they know when you've exited? Do they know when you've exited? A light comes up. Oh, Chris Ryan has left the group. It's just that, and sometimes, usually I'll speak to someone, so please stop sending me so many messages. And they keep coming, and eventually I just have to get rid of it. It's just, you can't keep up with all these messages that are coming all the time. Most of them very uninteresting, it have to be said. You have to sign to say it's been collected. There you go, so I won't be able to go out then. Thank you, Steph. I won't be able to go out. Sam says you need to sign for it as well. Okay. I always sign for a pickup. Not sure if it's changed. Right. I better stay in then. I'll have to stay in. So I won't be able to go past the post box today, but one of those things. All right. What stickers are these, Dr. Gregorian? What stickers are these? What stickers are these? I don't know what stickers you're talking about now. What stickers are these? Right. No, I'm referring too much to the messages, I think. Let's carry on here, boys and girls. What else have we got here? All gatherings. We said that all gatherings of 2 people, so I'll be selecting 2 people to watch the show later. All right, when we do our quiz a little bit later on. In the Daily Mirror today. Well, I always go on about these various different plastic surgery things that you can have done, and I don't go along with them. I don't go along with plastic surgery. In the Daily Mirror today, a woman spent £15,000 on bum implants. Bum implants. And is now on the lookout for a surgeon to fix her, and she calls it a nappy bum. We talked about nappies earlier on, weren't we? A nappy bum. This lady, 33, it's only 33, she went surgery in Turkey to have implants inserted into her bum in December 2018. Despite being happy with the results of the procedure, and for the months following it, her bum started to go saggy as the fat around them dissolved. Now she says it looks like she's wearing a nappy. Shouldn't muck around with your bodies, not unless you absolutely have to. The implants she selected were double the recommended size, which meant fat from her thighs, arms and stomach was drained to achieve the perfect size. Oh, for God's sake. She said, I had around 650cc bum implants. I don't know what that means, which is double the size people normally have at first. There's a picture of it. Ooh. Picture of her bum there. She was very happy to start with. I also gained 4 stone in weight so that it could transfer the fat from my body to my bum, but it was a huge mistake. It looks like I'm wearing a nappy now, and I hate looking at it as it gives me an awful anxiety. I can't go out anywhere without being laughed at, and even in the gym I'm forced to tell people what has happened. Well, what has happened? What has happened? The implants are taking a toll on Star's day-to-day life too, and she revealed she can't run as it's too painful. And even when she walks, she can feel them hitting the back of her legs. I have to sleep wearing 2 pairs of tight leggings to keep my implants in place. How awful. It does look a bit odd. It's gone fun. There's a picture of her where she just had it done, and a picture of as it is now. It's a nightmare, and I even thought it makes me depressed. Looking at my body in the mirror, I can't help it. Star is aiming to have the first part of the corrective surgery done in the UK, costing £3,900. Before travelling to Colombia later on in the year, if we're allowed to travel, to undergo a fat transfer costing an additional £9,000. Oh, it does look awful. It looks awful now. And she's got the what's it called? Do you know where your skin goes? That sort of texture goes a bit like an orange, doesn't it? You know, those little things, a bit like that. Dr. Gregoric, is it just that you want confrontation with people this morning? Is that what's wrong, darling? You know, please don't have a row with people on here, my love. We're here to have a little bit of a fun. Fun, fun, fun. If you think it's unfair and you don't like it, bye-bye. It's as simple as that, my darling. We're just here to have a bit of fun. No confrontation, please. You're not allowed to go out to post a letter. What if I walk past a post box on my way for a walk in the forest? People are just there to look for faults all the times, aren't they? I think they really are. DJ Craig, good morning to you. Had his new teeth done in Turkey. And did that turned out all right for you, didn't it? You see, I'd be very funny going to another country to have anything done, because then if it goes wrong, it won't necessarily go wrong. I expect they're very good, but if it goes wrong, you know, to go back there and have it sorted, difficult, isn't it? It's difficult. Very strange, very, very strange indeed. Okie doke. Let's have a look. What else have we got here? Okay. That's a slow cooker. Yes, apparently, I think I mentioned that earlier. You can do slow cooker now. You can do bread in a slow cooker, can't you? You can do bread in a slow cooker. Right. Okie doke, boys and girls. It's raffle ticket time. Let's do the raffle tickets. Our next raffle is on Monday, boys and girls. If you've got any of our silent viewers watching, as always, good morning to you. If you want a raffle ticket, then all you've got to do is ask by email. Send in an email there, and I'll happily reply to your email with your raffle ticket number. All right, my darling, with your raffle ticket number. There we go. That's 16, 21, and 26. There we go. All right, raffle tickets are ready. Please ask now. And I shall add you into our little raffle ticket bucket there. Let's have a go there. There we go. Dr. Gregorian is raffle ticket 108. 109 for John Aitken, who won yesterday. Thank you, John. Rachel, 110. I'll do a bit of gardening today, I think. Actually, that's nice weather to do gardening today, isn't it, Rachel? 110. 111 for... where's Rachel there? Rachel. Fran Green. Thank you, Fran. Fran Green, 111. Sean Pye, 112. Michael Pullman, 113. Michael Lawrence, 114. 115 for Steph Diamond. Steph Diamond, 115. Let's just come along there, darlings. Heidi, 116. Mandy, 117. Diane, 118. 119. Mick. 120. Chris Davis. Ross Herndine, 121. Heidi. Good morning, Heidi. Morning, Heidi Young. Now, Heidi's got a caravan on the site. Are you there at the moment, Heidi? I got a phone call this week from Sylvie saying that they've opened the site early, which was nice of her, and that I could come up whenever. But I just get the feeling that they're going to close down all the sites. There's a lot of sites closing down at the moment. Now, there's someone at my front door. I wonder if that's him. Let's have a quick look, darlings. Wonder if that's my Hermes man. Let's have a look. Nope, can't see anyone there. Sometimes the sun sets it off, you see. Sometimes the sun, he hasn't rung the bell anyway. I can't tell. Never mind. Don't want to miss him. Ross Herndon. Where's Ross now? There's Ross. Yes, Heidi. Do you know anything? Are you on there at the moment? I wonder, Heidi. Good morning to you. Colin Coates. 122 for Colin. Colin Coates 12. Mari 123. Hello, Mari. There's Mari. David. Lockdown ticket 124. Tony King 125. Let's have a look. Christopher. Chris is busy. What's that, Chris? Eating a block of Galaxy chocolate. Thank you, Christopher. I love that very much. Galaxy's my favourite. Adam the plumber is 126. Plumber. Mari. What? Mari? Have I done Mari? Yeah, I've done you, Mari. There you go. 123 for Mari. All right, darling. Paul and Lou. Thank you, Paul and Lou. 127. Paul and Lou. 127. Next one there. Oh, that's it. I think that's it. Have I missed anyone out? Please speak now, my darlings, and I shall correct my my missing. Sometimes your message doesn't always come through, so just ask again at the end, and that's no problem, is it? Heidi is stuck in Norway. Site is open for people who live there and have nowhere else to go. Yes, as I say, Sylvie made a phone call to me, and that was all well and good. But I think we're supposed to stay at home now, so that's what I shall do. I'll behave myself and stay at home. Good news. There is one bit of good news today in the newspapers, and let's be honest, it's difficult to find, to be honest. Just days ago, she was forced to shut down her clothing boutique in a bid to stop the spread of the coronavirus. Good news for Gemma Collins, people. She's announced on Monday she is to stop filming her reality show. Yeah. Excellent news, Gemma. Excellent news, Gemma. The TV star shared a statement to Instagram in which she explained she was adhering to social distancing guidelines with the move. Which, of course, if you're near to Gemma, you would have to move away even further because of her size, you see. Her message read, guys, it's important to listen to advice from the government at this time and stop the spread. We're in the middle of shooting a new series of Diva, but we're going to pause filming with our crew to adhere to the social distancing guidelines. So there is a little bit of good news there, boys and girls, in that Gemma Collins is not going to do any more of her shows. That is fantastic news, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic news. There we are. I knew you'd enjoy that one. Garden pictures, they've come through funny, those garden pictures. They're kind of all, they're not, there's no save to. I don't know why that is there, Mick. Very strange that. Even though it's not residential, people do pay council tax, as council knows situation. Confusing though is you're not supposed to live on a non-residential site. Have you been told you can return for a holiday? Yes, as it was before. Yes, I'm not residential there. As you know, I'm residential here. So some of them are residential on there. I don't know how it works. But she did say that they'd opened early with permission from the council, apparently, Sylvie said. With permission from the council. So I have to see how that's going on there. I don't know anything else about it, Heidi. If you do, if you find out anything else, if you could pop us a message, I'd appreciate that. But I don't think I should be moving around the country, really. Thank you, Shania. 128 for Shania. There you go. 128 for Shania. And Simon Still, 129. Thank you, Simon. All right. Alrighty, let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. It's birthday time on this Tuesday, the 24th of March 2020. Happy birthday today to Chris Moses, who wrote my computer program that I play my music with. Happy birthday, Chris, 39 years old today. Dominic Mutua is 54 years old today. David Shafar, good morning, David. Happy birthday. Bertie Ween is 25 years old today. Chris Strickland today is 58 years old. John Boyce is 50 years old. Kevin Lane. Good morning, Kevin. Kevin Lane, AD, is 44 today. And Annie Mills, who I haven't seen for years and years. Happy birthday today to Annie Mills and indeed everyone else today. Happy birthday, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you and everyone else. Thank you very much, Heidi, for letting me know that. Oh, what have I done there? I've just done something. Did I just do something there? Sorry, I think I pushed the wrong button then. Pushed the wrong button for a moment there. Thank you very much to Heidi. Yes, there's 10 months, same as everyone else, but they pay the council tax. That's strange, that, isn't it? Bit of a strange setup, that is, but that's how it works. So let us know if you know anything else. Lots of people wishing everyone happy birthday. Thank you very much for that. It's very kind of you. She'll be back a little bit later on with our quiz. We'll try a little quiz tonight. Just a bit of fun. Nothing too serious or anything like that. Just a bit of fun tonight. Quiz night around 7, 8 o'clock, I would imagine, this evening. 7-ish, 8 o'clock tonight for our quiz. Have a lovely day, boys and girls. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm actually waiting now for our Hermes parcel man. And hopefully it will come before 9 o'clock tonight. I should be very disappointed if it is any later than that. See you again soon. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.